This might sound like a historical look back, like I'm going to take you back to the time they put Snake on a Nokia. Not really, though. I want to take this time to highlight something that I see as a potentially growing problem in the gaming industry, or maybe not so much of a problem either. So here we go. This is the current uprise of mobile gaming in the gaming industry.
Keyword successfully entered. Beginning navigation.
When it comes to modern gaming, there are a lot of complaints. A lot of complaints. If you go to any social media forum or any YouTube comment section, you'll see people complaining that video games are dying, microtransactions have taken over, and the industry is corrupt, prioritizing business over art. And you know what? It's kinda true. Yeah, I could see that, I get it. But at the same time, I've experienced a wealth of fantastic experiences in just the past few years. Yes, there are bad eggs, and yes, there are greedy practices, but I think we're drilling a bit too deep into the bad and not walking away with the good. It's something that we do a lot. So what the hell does this have to do with mobile gaming? Obviously that's in the title, so that's probably what you're here to hear me talk about. Well, you know all that bad stuff I mentioned? It's definitely the most common in mobile games.
Nothing. It's for free.
I made a video a while ago titled Genshin's Impact on Gaming. And while I don't think you need to go and sit through that one, I wanted to highlight the main point of that video here, which was basically that seeing that Genshin became a massive mainstream hit continues to mean that there will be many companies in the industry that try to take the same route. And lo and behold, like I mentioned in that video, you have that Assassin's Creed game that they haven't talked about in about a year. You have Tower of Fantasy, we got that Project Mugen game that uses procedural generation that makes me want to die. In short, it's not surprising me that these open world mobile titles have begun to arise. But I'm not really focusing as much on the open world aspect of it, as I am the fact that these games are probably almost full AAA or maybe AA games running on a mobile phone. Something new is on the horizon. It's not something that I thought of, but it's the next logical step in gaming, and I don't really think people are gonna like the thought too much.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Did you know that Resident Evil 8 can be played on an iPhone? Well, it can. The rise of mobile gaming I want to talk about is seeing these big budget AAA projects that are being made as mobile games. Genshin is the big one, and also kind of almost the first example. But did you know that a recent mobile phone has more power than the Nintendo Switch? And the Switch can run this. Granted, they're not built for gaming and probably wouldn't regulate heat especially well, but they still, in theory, could run more complex and intense games. To be clear, I'm sure the version of Resident Evil 8 made for the iPhone is different from the version of Resident Evil 8 made for consoles. My point is that it's a growing market, and that could be a good or a bad thing. And I don't mean to run this as some kind of doom and gloom thing. There's a lot of good that can come from this, and a lot of bad, as with any new venture. For one, it can lead to a lot of clear passion projects. People can dumb down Genshin's success to anime waifus, but genuinely, there's a lot more to it than that. Genshin is a clear, built-out passion project. The success only allows them to funnel more money into that project. Yes, you can make the generalization about gacha and predatory practices, which ultimately create a problematic formula for the rest of the industry to follow. I agree that's true. However, looking at the game itself and taking your head away from the gacha mechanics, I am also saying that there is genuine creativity and passion being put into the game with every update it gets. In a sense, it's different from a lot of games you see on the market today. But that also comes with the line of that Genshin is not a complete game yet, and it won't be a complete game for several years. But it's such an accessible game because it's available on phones, consoles, PC. There is a much larger market on all of these devices together instead of just one or two. And I'm not going to say this is the future of gaming. I know it sounds like I'm headed in that direction a little bit, because personally, don't really like mobile games that much. I play the ones that they make PC ports for, and I enjoy those, but sometimes. But I don't think that should be the future of video games. Right now, what I'm basically saying is that many studios are probably taking the opportunity to create accessible full game experiences on mobile and hopefully other platforms as well. Because even if a mobile game is made for mobile, I kind of hope it gets like a PC or console version, just because those are more bearable for someone like me to play. But anyways, it's a interesting thought.
I mean, we even ate at a freaking burger.
The biggest pitfall here is that any mobile game intending to deliver a full AAA experience will definitely still have to be free to play for the most part, because people aren't interested in spending money on mobile games, like big amounts of money, like $60. The market really just has built itself like that with so many free mobile games out there already. You won't be able to compete with something like Genshin Impact that's free if you're going to charge $60 on a mobile market. I mean, you might be able to. Who knows? But regardless, there's a reason things like Resident Evil 8's iPhone version is free.
Free?
What's up with these little freaks?
Simply put, mobile is just a new viable option for video games now. And it has been for probably about the past 3 or 4 years. That's kind of scary and kind of disturbing, but the key word here is viable. It's not the full future, but I'm not surprised and would not be surprised if we continue to see free-to-play live service gacha games and other kinds of games try to emulate in some capacity the AAA gaming experience. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, to me, it's both. The bad definitely kind of outweighs the good, with how businesses and companies see video games as giant money bags instead of, works of art that take time, care, and passion to craft. Even if a money bag is at the end of that, you still have to create a quality product to get there. But there is good there in some form, but that's also rare. But hey, feel free to disagree and let me know in the comments down below. Or if you agree, you can put a comment down. Why did I say it like that? As always, you can leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel for more things gaming and JRPG related. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
準備できたんよ。目に焼き付けなさい。バー